Yeah, Peaches says the issue is you've got to get recruitment bang on, solid defense, and then rely on one of the 17 Prem clubs to have a horror show for over half a season to stay up at the moment. I mean, mate, like you talk about, what you think the 49ers will do and all of that, but you've got to admit, just from watching from afar, like the gap is massive. 2 seasons in a row, the bottom 3 going down.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough.
Great. It's not great because who's closest to your Wolves? And then you look at Wolves' side and you go, they've got Mateus Cunha, they've got Aït-Nouri, they've got, these players, and how are we supposed to compete? So I agree. It's almost like, look, someone's going to do it, and hopefully it'll be us. But I think you're almost getting, because you've seen in the Championship now as well, it looks like we could be on for another season where 3 teams get 90 points with us, Burnley and Sheffield United. So you could end up be looking at a 17 in the Prem and then a 9, the top 6 and the bottom 3, and then the rest of the Champo. Do you know what I mean? And then just switching places. Because if you think about it, if you, Leicester, Southampton are in the hunt again, and then the 3 get relegated, you'd expect them 3 relegated to be in the hunt again the next season, and it might just end up playing musical chairs, bro. Like, genuinely. And then the odd season, you might get a Sunderland who double drop. You might get a Luton who double drop. We did it, for God's sake. But, and then you might get the odd season where one team's able to stay up, like a Forest or like a Leeds when we did it, but we only did it for 1 season, you know what I mean? The teams that have done it successfully, Forest, Villa, Wolves, Newcastle, of course, but Newcastle were always it weren't the same then. But more recently, Forest.
Well, Leicester did it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You fucking went and won the thing, man, for God's sake. You'll always have that moment, mate. Even though when the shit hits the fan now, and you get relegated to League One, you'll always have that time you won the Premier League and FA Cup, and no one will ever take that. It's probably one of the greatest sporting achievements, mate. So you can have that.
Yeah, I mean, somebody says here, just break the rules and pray you stay up with a deduction. I mean, that's what Forest did, right? They got a deduction, and it was only a small one. I know Everton have been doing it. Obviously, they've. I mean, look at them now under Moyes.
We were the only team. Stayed up. We were the only team, bro, that didn't break the rules and ended up getting fucking relegated.
Were you? I don't know. No, because Leicester didn't break the rules that year.
Forest got a point, or did you not?
No, it was the year after. Yeah. Okay. Although
we've never been done for it. We've never been done for it, yeah? And we're the only team that, it is what it is.
To be fair, Southampton haven't even come close to breaching, and they still did you in the playoff final. They beat you to it, didn't they? So, but they were terrible. I mean, it's not a surprise. That's the
least. We'd have been better than them, I tell you that much. We'd have given a better fucking showing than them.
I think you probably would. Yeah, I think you probably would. I was going to say, do you think Leicester would, David Moyes, if he was at Leicester, do you think we would have stayed up? Because you see what he's doing at Everton. I mean, it's incredible, really, the turnaround that they had. Do you think he would have, someone like him would have kept?
Cooper could have kept you up, man. You'd have still been in with a chance.
Yeah.
Listen, I said at the time, didn't I? I thought it was a good appointment for you to get Rude. I said that.
But you didn't think it was the right decision to sack Cooper, did you? You just
thought... No, but I just felt that because he had a decent standing, Burnley had looked at him, he'd done well over in Holland, I believe, he'd done well at Man United. I thought, do you know what? This is a forward-thinking appointment. Obviously, the shit's hit the fan because the level of play you've got isn't that. And, Cooper was probably going about it the right way, but you couldn't see that.
I mean, looking back, it's a little bit concerning. Apparently, he was. Apparently, the rumor is that he applied for the Coventry job and didn't get it earlier in the year.
Rude.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's the rumor. But yeah. Listen, let me just look at a couple of comments. LCFC Rude says the only one who would have kept us up, let's be real, is Maresca. I mean, what? Go on, Joe, answer me this, mate, because, as you probably know with Bielsa, you've probably had these moments as well. Like, you like going back to the ex. You like talking about your ex, right? You like talking about Bielsa, I'm sure. Leicester fans love talking about Enzo. Do you think Enzo Maresca would have kept Leicester City up in the Premier League? And I suppose you've got to take into account the recruitment would have been completely fucking different under Enzo Maresca than it was under Cooper.
But it could have also been a little bit like Russell Martin, couldn't it?
Or Company.
Or Company. Exactly. It's hard, mate. It is really hard because you could argue he's still massively underperforming with the Chelsea squad, bro. Like, let's be honest. But they could get Champions League. They're still in with a chance of that, I believe.
Yeah, well, they've had a similar drop-off at this time of year like Leicester did, right? Last season. Teams are kind of figuring them out a little bit.
And he couldn't afford that in the fucking in the
relegation battle.
Yeah, in a relegation battle, that's for sure. So, no, I don't. It's hard, mate. It is really hard to even think about that, to be honest. But I get why Leicester fans. But listen, man, you Leicester fans were complaining about him. Let's be real. You were complaining about him, saying the football's rubbish. Told you, man, entitled. But then again, Leeds United fans have been like that this season. No, some have, mate. Not me, but some have said that, oh, it's shit, it's this, it's that. So we showed a bit of that this season as well.
I saw someone online earlier today say that obviously when Leicester go down for a rebuild, they should bring in Southgate.
Wow.
Do you think? I'll ask. Do you think that would be a good idea? But also, do you think he'd even come to Leicester in the Championship?
I think Southgate will go work upstairs at a club. I think he'll do some sort of director of football role or something like that. Club management's not his thing, mate. He was decent at tournament football, but the football was fucking minging, weren't it?
Well, he's doing TED Talks now, isn't he, about video games and porn or something like that? He's talking about... You don't see it?
This is what I'm saying. He'll end up in some sort of role where he's paid, top dollar somewhere to be an advisor at Summit because he's worked at FA and he's been a success, mate. That's what it is. So, I don't think you'll see him manage club football. He don't need to. Don't need the stress of it, bro. I think, he's earned his money now as Southgate.